Why traders break exit rules even when they know better. You know this moment. You're in a trade, price is moving, you're up money. Your exit rule is clear, written down, tested, repeated in your head 100 times. And yet, right as price gets close, your hand hesitates. You know what you're supposed to do, you know what the plan says, and still you don't follow it. Sometimes you cut the trade early. Sometimes you hold it too long. A clean profit turns into regret. A small loss quietly becomes a bigger one. And afterward, the same question hits you every time. Why couldn't I just follow my own exit rules even when I knew better? Here's the uncomfortable truth most traders avoid. This isn't a discipline problem. It's not a lack of knowledge. Most of the time, you are fully aware you're breaking the rule while you're doing it. So what actually changes in that moment? When real money is on the line, your brain is no longer the same brain that built your trading plan. The calm, logical version of you that defined risk and reward starts to fade, and a different system takes over. Your brain shifts from decision-making to protection. The part responsible for logic and long-term thinking steps back, while the emotional threat system moves forward. Price movement starts to feel personal, not intellectually, but physically. When you see profit growing, dopamine floods your system. It doesn't care about expectancy or edge. It wants certainty right now. It whispers, "Take it, lock it in. Don't let this turn into another loss." So you exit early, not because it's smart, but because it feels relieving. On the other side, when price moves against you, stress chemicals kick in. Fight or flight. Some traders freeze, hoping the market will come back. Others panic and exit at the worst possible moment. Both reactions override the exit levels you set when you were calm. And here's the part most traders miss. Every trade you take carries memory with it. If you once watched a winning trade reverse into a loss, your brain remembers that pain. Next time you're in profit, that memory quietly pushes you to get out early. If you followed your rules perfectly and still took several losses in a row, doubt creeps in. You start questioning the system. Maybe the rules don't work. Maybe this time is different. You call it adaptation, but most of the time it's frustration wearing a smarter mask. Even your identity as a trader plays a role. If you believe you're bad at holding winners, you'll unconsciously confirm it. If you see yourself as patient, you might hold past your stop just to protect that identity. This is why the discipline advice you hear everywhere doesn't work. Trading culture sells the idea that great traders are robotic, that they never hesitate, that they execute flawlessly without emotion. So, when you struggle, you assume something is wrong with you. Social media makes this worse. You see perfect entries, perfect exits, perfect days. You never see the hesitation, the internal debate, the moments where rules almost break. Comparison slowly erodes conviction, and once conviction weakens, exit rules lose authority. There's also a deeper misunderstanding about exits themselves. Many traders secretly experience exits as failure. A stop loss feels like admitting you were wrong. A profit target feels like something the market owes you. So, when price doesn't cooperate, frustration builds. You wait, you hope, you negotiate. Just a little more. If it pulls back, I'll exit then. The trend is strong, this time is different. And slowly, your exit rule stops feeling like protection and starts feeling like limitation. This shift is dangerous because once rules feel optional, every outcome gets rationalized. If price keeps going, you feel justified. If it reverses, you call it bad luck. Either way, the rule loses meaning. There's another reinforcement traders rarely talk about. Breaking your exit rules and getting rewarded even once is extremely dangerous. That one trade where you ignored your stop and price reversed in your favor, your brain remembers it vividly. It plants the belief that maybe you can feel the market, that maybe you know when to bend the rules. That's how discipline quietly erodes. And when rule breaking eventually fails, fear takes over. You exit too fast. You hesitate on good setups. You swing between overconfidence and fear, never stable, never consistent. So what's the real solution? not forcing discipline harder, not suppressing emotion. That's impossible. The real problem is that exits happen at the most emotionally charged moment of the trade, and you're still trying to make decisions there. The solution is to remove decision-making from the exit entirely. A successful trade is not one that captures the maximum move. It's one that is executed exactly as planned. When your brain starts associating pride with execution instead of outcome, exits lose their emotional grip. Exits should feel boring, automatic, almost anticlimactic. If you're thinking at your exit level, you're already late. The acceptance needs to happen before the trade even begins. Some traders rehearse exits mentally before entering. They visualize closing the trade calmly, regardless of what happens next. This trains the brain to experience exits as completion, not failure. Others reduce emotional pressure by stepping away once price approaches key levels, or by using partial automation to protect themselves from hesitation. The point isn't perfection, it's protection. Breaking exit rules isn't a flaw, it's a signal. It shows you exactly where emotion still has leverage over your process. The traders who last aren't the ones who never feel the urge to hold or exit early. They're the ones who recognize that urge and still execute the plan. Because in trading, the real edge isn't knowing where to get in, it's having the courage to get out when your mind is begging you not to. One trade at a time.